Mark, what a difference 2 weeks makes. 3 1-0 victories and suddenly things looking a lot better.
Yeah, it's really pleasing. We've got a little bit of momentum now. That's what we want to do at this stage of the season. We know how important the games are, particularly the last 3 games against teams in and around us. They've been really important. So the application, attitude and execution of what we wanted to do from the players on the pitch has been fantastic, and we've been rewarded with 3 victories. So really pleased.
Every team who starts to win matches, it's built on a defence, and the 3 clean sheets must be incredibly pleasing.
Yeah, we always want to be aggressive at the back and against the ball to limit opponents to opportunities, and to get 3 clean sheets is fantastic. We always know we've got goals in us. I really believe as a team we can create and score more goals, so that'll be our target going forward, to maintain that defensive structure, but also then get the pressure in the final third and really get the ball into the back of the net more frequently.
When you came in, you set your stall out a little bit. You wanted to play 4 at the back. Needs must that you've gone back to 5. Do you feel that maybe the players you've got are just better suited to that?
Yeah, the players we've got available are kind of suited to that in there. I think Dean coming into it, that left-sided centre-back, is really effective and calm in there. So, listen, all the time we've got a structure on how we want to play. Kind of my idea on football is more about behaviours and what we want to do with the ball and against the ball. So that can be adapted to any kind of formation we want to play, because we know we have to do that in the modern game. You have to be adaptable. But yeah, it's more about behaviours. But yeah, it certainly suits us at the minute, and we've got a good run going.
The player's going to get himself sent off and banned for 3 games. The best way to come back after that is to score the winning goal. So Jonathan Echo's redeemed himself a little bit.
Yeah, he has, and I know he was disappointed, and I said to him how that we were disappointed with what happened, but he's worked hard in training, and he's come back in today, and I've picked him there, and hopefully that shows the confidence we have in him as a player, and we thought he could affect the game, and he certainly did, and it was great to see him get the goal.
And it has pushed you up above the relegation zone. You'll be the first to say still work to be done.
Massively work, yeah, lots of work to do. We've got a big end to the season coming. We understand that, but at crucial times you need that little bit of momentum, that little bit of confidence, that little bit of a spark where it lifts everybody, and we've certainly got that in a minute. But we have to keep it going. That's what we have to do. We have to focus. We have to keep it going, and we have to get even stronger within games and add to our game even more.
Ball through, he's got that in his locker, hasn't he? He's done that a few times for goals recently. Not the direct assist, but the ball that releases the player before the goal, before the pass, as it were.
Such an experienced player, an intelligent player with the ball is been superb for us, Josh. And like with everybody else on the pitch, he contributed massively towards the 3 points today. So it was pleasing as well for him to get that pass.
Was it a watershed moment, the Port Vale game? Because something seems to have obviously changed, just in the behaviour. You talk about behaviours, but just around the club.
Yeah, it was a big moment for us, and you probably look back and nothing's done yet, but it might be a time we look back and you go, yeah, it might have been a moment where there was a massive shift. I spoke about it before. We spoke about a lot of things in that period, that short period of time between the games, and we addressed a lot of things. And more importantly, we responded to everything we spoke about, and we're starting to put it into practice now. And we're getting the results. It's not over yet. We've got to keep fighting, and it's going to be really difficult. But we've got that little bit of momentum, like I said.
Certainly feels like the fans are on the up as well. They were in full voice this afternoon.
Great, yeah. The fans. I always say the fans are, massive for any football club. They're there all the time. They never leave. They also always support the club. So that's why I always try to appreciate what they do, through the good times and the bad times as well. I'll always try and front things up. And everybody's working hard. I'm just out there, going around the fans at the end. But there's staff, there's players who, really appreciate what they do for the club.
Obviously, Dean Lewington's return has had a big impact, but alongside him, Jack Tucker has looked so much more confident and assured of himself, and had another great game today.
I think he's really coming into it now, Jack, and I know he's taken a little bit of stick, as we all have, in times when we've not been performing well, but he's really stayed strong and he's really grown as a character. We know his ability as a footballer, we know what it was, but sometimes when you're going through tough times, how you respond to that and how you come through it kind of helps mould who you are, and that will help him going forward in his career. I'm sure it will.
With the recent absences, has it been good to avoid further issues with defensive availability?
Sorry, say that again.
With the recent issues with Zach being suspended and Warren being injured, has it been good to avoid more defensive absences in this recent period?
Yeah, of course, yeah. I mean, what we're doing now is we feel like we're getting stronger and stronger every game as regards to people coming back. We've got Anthony Stewart who trained a lot last week and will be back in full training this week. So we're hopeful that in the short term he's going to be back as well to impact it. He's a big character and will be a big player for us. We've got Zach Jules coming back from suspension as well. So all the time we seem like we're getting stronger and stronger, and that can only bode well for us. And it gives me a headache from a selection point of view, but I'll take that all day long.
Morecambe had quite a lot of the ball. Was it pleasing to see their ability to create chances was limited at times during the match?
Yeah, we knew that because how we wanted to set up. We could have quite easily set up to get more pressure on the ball higher up, but we wanted to keep our structure with the front three, and particularly the left and right 10, because we knew that when we could intercept the ball and win the ball, we knew we could transition into those positions, into Conor Grant in particular and Jonathan Lecco. So there has to be a little bit of give and take when you're setting up your plan for the games, and we had to sacrifice that a little bit. I thought we could have been more aggressive when we were defending in our half, the first half in particular, but I thought particularly in the second half we got them into positions and really kind of went aggressively against them to win the ball back or forced mistakes from them. So yeah, it was part of the plan. Didn't execute as well as I wanted to in the first half, but we got better in the second half.